country that wants to go forward, that is the situation now. So you can see the huge work that is going on here. A lot of 90 hectares of land. As you drove in, you saw all the sand filling. All this was a swamp until this contract was signed with Intel. So the whole place is now being recovered, and as we are told, they are continuously working. I will wish maybe to get the technical people to also explain some other infrastructure that is coming in addition to what we're seeing now. I think that will not give us the full picture of where we are.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The Phase 4 project, in addition to this, 10 other projects approved. We have a new water treatment plant, which is to augment the existing one. Road networks were done to link FLT and FOT, that's the Federal Ocean Terminal and Federal Lighter Terminal. Some filling, as the Honorable Minister mentioned, has been done to create enough land for development. Electricity too. The issue of electrification is key. It is part of the project approved in this phase. ISPS, the fence, ISPS fence, in line with international standards, is also part of the project approved in this phase. Drainage to take care of floods has been adequately addressed in this phase. These are some of the other about. A trailer park has also been developed under this phase. We have the access control also, take care of traffic in and out of the port. Yeah, the road they mentioned that one. Yes, and enough stacking area to take care of operational activities in the port.
Well, so we are taking people side to side so that you see that work is going on in the country. And when you see it in Abuja, we continue to say that the government is doing nothing. Just this is one side, and you can see what is happening massively, here. Just one side. So please, we hope that you'll be coming here on your own to follow up on development activities and report, to the country so that they know that their future is really being planned. Yes.
My name is Olu Akemilara. I'm representing the mission in Sudan. We want to know the amount that this project will cost.
Well, I know, but I think it's better to take it.
The Federal Executive Council granted approval for this project in the sum of $370 million.
This $370 million, that's the cost of $370 million for the 11 projects that we are seeing, including all the land area being reclaimed. $370 billion. Yes. Go ahead. Before the microphone can just loud.
First question, considering the fact that this is oil producing area, and we know that port is very, very strategic to transport of the goods.
What's the question?
What is there any condition that factor in the farm tank and then easy transportation for exportation and importation of oil? Then secondly, sir, after the privatization of the port authority, what happened was that the foreigners and the expatriates took over the Nigerian port completely in Lagos. I'm in Lagos and I'm very close to it. So the point is that how do we protect the interest of the Nigerian citizens and the indigenous shipping agents, owners, liners, within the privatization arrangement?
Well, thank you. Maybe we'll take 1-2 more questions and then answer them together. Yes.
Yes, sir. My name is Colin. I work with Vanguard. My question has to do with the fact that the government is building about 3 deep sea ports across the country. I do not see the sustainability of these ports when the cargoes are not there. I mean, how do we sustain?
How do you know the cargoes?
Yes, I do know because about 7% of the I'm not, sir. I'm reporting it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yes. Question should be front or not behind. Front forward.
Your Excellency, I would like to find out first of all how much Nigerian content we are witnessing in the construction work here. Cement, iron rods. Second point, we are seeing this huge development. Is there a plan for an integrated transport system? In other words, are you going to have a rail system to help with the evacuation of goods once the ports become operational?
That question is for Minister of Transport. We will come there. Yes.
My name is Yusuf Kachako from National Planning Commission. Please, I would like to know the completion date for this project. When will it be ready?
Yes. Okay. Last question. Last two questions.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. My name is Samson Echene. I represent the I wanted to know how deep is the water here, and the possible plan for your dredging, because it is not that we don't have port. The one we have in Calabar, there's a challenge about dredging. So I want you to address that. Thank you.
Last question.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir. My name is Paul Ogupe. I represent the champion newspapers. Sir, we know that we already have phase 1, 2, 3. How many years has Intel run those phases? And when are they due to be handed over to the federal government? Thank you, sir.
Yes, maybe you and then the questions are your own. When I forward.
Come forward. We're leaving site in August this year.
Come forward. Project will be completed in August this year. This place will become operational.
Talk about dredging. You know, it's actually of the depth here. The depth here will be 12 meters.
Please come forward.
Move forward. Move forward, sir. The depth will be 12 meters.
12 meters deep.
Yes. And he's asking how long it will take Intel to hand over phases 1, 2, and 3 to Nigerian authority. Phases 1, 2, and 3 have been handed over. We are on phase 4 now.
Other ones have been operated and handed over to the federal government. This is the new thing they're doing now.
I think somebody asked about integrated transport and connection of rail. Even before now, there was a contract to link up the Port Harcourt to Onne, but which became stalled because of inadequate funds. Government is also conducting feasibility studies for a coastal rail line that will link up all the South-South states. So definitely under the National Transport Master Plan, Onne is going to be connected to the rail for evacuation of goods.
Well, my brother asked when whether we have the
cargo to sustain the deep sea ports.
Whether we have the cargo to sustain the deep sea ports. Let me finish, then I'll say something.
You see, this is the private sector bringing its own money to do this development. And definitely, if they have not done the studies, viability studies, to confirm that the ports are viable, they will not bring one company. I hope it's clear. So,
I want to make it clearer. You know, the problem with our country is that we thought small while the country was growing. That's why we left our power plants where they were. We thought we already had enough electricity and nobody was looking forward. Now today, you know, the electricity is not sufficient. Now, if somebody thought, in every country, you don't plan for today. You don't plan, you plan and look ahead for at least 10, 20, 30 years. But in this country, we just look down. We've never looked ahead. Now, if you look at what the Nigerian economy is doing now, we're the fastest growing economy in the continent. And from all the international ratings, they say by 2025, this will be the largest economy in Africa. Now, if you take a look at the growth rate of the economy and the market size of 167 million, and also the fact that most of across West Africa, depends on what happens in Nigeria. It's important for us to begin to look at facilities in terms of where we want our country to be, not where we are now. So if we are doing it that way, then definitely not only this seaport, all the other deep, there are many vessels that are not coming here because we don't have a deep seaport. In addition to that, international companies are not only looking here. When you have a deep seaport, people taking things to Central Africa, taking things to the rest of West Africa, they will use those ports. And that is why now we are developing this with private sector funding. So I think what is good for us is to say that we are moving ahead. Let's not think backwards. We need more ports. Look at the congestion in Lagos. It's a lot of problems handling goods in Lagos. Now by the time the economy keeps growing at the way we are going now, by 2020, 2025, 2030, 2040, when you and I may not be around, it is then our children will appreciate the forward-looking policy of increasing port facilities, airport facilities that we are doing now in the country. I want to commend the Minister of Transport because honestly, from what is happening in the railways, you have seen that the entire rail system between Lagos and Kano has been rehabilitated and is now functional. Now we are developing this seaport here, which is a very big project in addition to the other ones that are coming on. Somebody talked about Calabar. You were in Calabar, were you there? You were in Calabar when we explained that the contract for that dredging is right now on. We are dredging the channel and we are making the road right down up to the seaport in Calabar. Because right now, as you were told in Calabar, General Electric is establishing its largest plant in Africa in Calabar at the Calabar Free Trade Zone. So $1 billion. We were there and we showed you the site, and they have already had their own commitment. Work will be starting maybe next month or so. There will be a site in Calabar. Now when those big companies come to Nigeria, they will need a deep seaport because of the load, the kind of heavy equipment, manufacturing, maybe coaches for trains, turbines for power sector and so on. So that is the situation. We are no longer looking at power, looking at ports, for today. We are looking ahead. And I think also because of those facilities, investors will come. You don't say they will be on ground first. Investors are looking at infrastructure. What do you have? It makes their decision to go to various places easier. So we want to thank Intel, our partners, because this is one project, NPA, the Nigerian Ports Authority.
Yes. It would be good to emphasize or to draw your attention that the rehabilitation of the rail line going from Port Harcourt through Aba, Umuahia, Enugu, Makurdi, to Kuru, Jos, Bombay, all the way to Maiduguri. We expect that before the end of this year, that rehabilitation would have been completed.
Are you sure? When we came yesterday, they said there was no work going on at the Port Harcourt end. Maybe you may want to explain. We wanted to visit.
Yes. That information is
we saw the work coming from Aba.
yes.
We saw the huge rehabilitation work.
Same contractor.
Okay,
all
okay.
the way to that section one.
Fine.
So once they have worked, it's still on site.
Are you giving us commitment by the end of this year the train will move from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri?
All things being equal. All things being equal. Yes. And like we are concentrating in some places where we expect to start operating some skeletal services. So maybe that reinforced why you didn't see work going on at the
Well, so that's a summary of the situation we are facing. That is expanded facilities. And the Ministry of Transport has been particularly forward-looking. We're impressed by the achievements in the railway and what they are promising to do this year from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. We have seen this seaport again by the Ministry of Transport. We have also seen the dredging of the Niger, because in addition to this, we must factor what is happening. You have seen the Onitsha port. Barrow is going to be ready by March latest. Ugota is also going to be ready by March, April latest. So with the expanded facilities, the hope is that vessels will not carry goods right down inland. And we're also dredging from Lokoja up to Yola. And also building Nigeria will be quite different from what you see it now. So I want to thank you for your attention. Please, you keep following on this. Transportation is key. And we want to get the infrastructure, land, rail, air transportation. This is where we're heading to.